Alright, so we're going to do a quick tutorial on some of the basics of Google Classroom. So the first thing you're going to want to do is open up a web browser and go to classrooms.google.com. Now, here's an important thing. You have to make sure that you have a Google education account. If not, you're going to get a screen that looks like this. Right now, I'm signed in with a non-education username, and it's not going to let me do it. So we need to make sure that we are signed in with a Google education account. So when you do that, when you do sign in, it's going to pop up on a screen that's going to pull up all of your classrooms. So it's going to pull up all your classrooms like that. So yours, if you're starting for the first time, won't have anything. But if you have a few classrooms, it'll pop up onto this home page. Now, if you want to add a classroom, there's this little plus button up here on the top right hand corner. If you press that, you can either join a class or create a class. So we're going to create a new class and we're going to name it. So let's name this tutorial. Okay, and we're going to create it. So an interesting thing is once it creates the Google Classroom, in your Google Drive, it's going to also create a file automatically for this specific classroom. Now when it makes the classroom, it's going to come up to a page that kind of looks something like this, where this is your stream, we call it. And this is where a lot of what you do takes place. So let's orient ourselves here. So up here at the top, we have the classroom name and the teacher that is connected to that classroom. And we have three tabs: Stream, Students, and About. And we'll go through those here in a little while. But let's look at the Stream page for a second. So if we want to, pick a different, if we don't like that picture, we can select a new theme, or we can upload a photo to change that theme up to maybe theme it towards whatever your class is. So if it's science, maybe put some beakers there. And then over here, we have the most important thing, which is your class code. So this is how you're going to eventually get students to join your classroom. So before, when we had that plus button, when we had join classroom option, if we would have clicked that, it would ask us for a class code. And so this is where you find that class code if you want to get students into this classroom. Now the most important button is, again, the plus button. That's going to be your friend. If you hit the plus button, this is going to be your options for uploading different things to your stream. So you can create an assignment. So if we click on that, it's going to ask us to make an announcement. So maybe I want to tell my students, hey, don't forget to bring your books. Okay, and we can select this for any class that we want. So if we just want it for one class, we come down here to this little drop down menu and we can select all the different classes we want that announcement to go through. So you can make it more individualized, or you can make it a blanket announcement. Or let's say that you want to attach something. We have different attachment options here. So you can upload a file. You can attach a file from your Google Drive. You can actually search YouTube for a YouTube video if you want to attach a YouTube video. Or again, you can attach a hyperlink if you want to take them to another website. So, and then we just post it. Now we have the choice to save as draft over here. There's another drop down menu. We can save as draft, or we can post it. So save as draft, it won't post it and the students won't see it. But if you know you're going to have to make this announcement tomorrow, you can save it as draft if you're there doing it, and then come in tomorrow and actually post it. So if we post it, it's going to pop up on the stream, kind of like social media. And so the students can comment back if they want to, or you can add little addendums if you need to. as you need. Now we notice there's another button that popped up, the 3 little dots on this particular announcement. So if we click on that, that's going to allow us, if we want to delete it, if it's an old one, we can get rid of it, okay? Or if we want to edit it, maybe I didn't attach the files that I wanted to attach, or I misspelled brain. I can go back in and edit it. All right, so that's announcements. Another option that we have down at the plus button is create assignments. So we can, again, create an assignment. So maybe chapter 3 worksheet. And you can tell the students, please complete by due date. Now, the cool thing with the Google Classroom is you can actually pick when it's due. Not only can you pick the date that it's due, but you can also pick the time that it's due. So say I have 3rd period class and I want it due at the end of 3rd period, I can go in and go, okay, 3rd period ends at 10:30 a.m. Right, and so now the due date's set there. And then again, I can attach, if there's a paper worksheet, I can attach it, or if it's a editable Google document, I can attach that as well. And something I want to show you with this attached to Google Drive. So say I want to attach, I have some sort of lesson that I want the kids to do, a worksheet. I can come into my Google Drive and go, okay, I want you to fill in, let's see here. Let's see our assessments. Here's a quiz. So we can attach the quiz. And so the students can view the file, they can edit the file, and they can make a copy for each student. Now this is very, very powerful. It'll actually, if you click this make a copy for each student, you can actually have each student get a copy of it, and it'll save a copy to their Google Drive that they can edit and go to, but it will not change your original, which is really nice. So I typically pick that a lot. And so we can hit assign. So it assigns it, and it'll tell me how many kids have done it, how many kids haven't done it, and it tells me again what's going on. Is each student going to get a copy? Can they just view it? And if I ever need to change something or modify something, I click the 3 buttons and I can hit edit, and I can come right back in and edit how I need. Maybe I need to change the due date. I need to bump it back. We had a snow day or something. That's really nice. It's very powerful. Back over here to the plus button, we can create a question, which is a lot like the assignments. So you create your question. What do you think of this? Google Classroom. And you can pose a question to them. And so you can make it so students can edit their answers. So maybe they type it in and they're like, I don't like that. Or you can make it to where students have to reply to each other. And again, you have a due date, so you can choose when it's due. And if you want to attach any files, maybe a video, like watch the video and leave a comment. And then have the students comment on each other's comments. And you can ask it. And since you're the teacher, again, it tells you how many students have done it, how many students have not done it. And our last button is reuse post. So say that I know every Monday we have a journal entry. And so I can come in and go, all right, I remember that, there was this announcement that I did in physical science that I want to reuse. So, velocity speed notes. I can reuse that, and I can post it. So there's the velocity, and you can repost it to this classroom. That's really helpful if you forget when you create your announcement to pick your multiple classrooms, and you're like, and you can't get back to it. You can just hit reuse post, go find that announcement, and reattach it. Now, since I didn't save that one, I just clicked out of it, you'll notice that Google automatically saved it as a draft. So it's like, hey, did you want to use this announcement? And so you can either click on it to post it, or you can just click to exit it. So really powerful. So that's going to end our tutorial here on the Google Classroom stream page. If you'd like to watch more, we'll have another video on the students page and the about page. Have a wonderful day.